Good morning, gentlemen, and welcome back. I've taken the liberty of making just a few planning movements, not really anything interesting. Ames is going to move up to reinforce these lines right about here. One Gilsa, I'll probably move him right about there, actually. Just kind of holding that position. Krasnowski and Schmeffelnig are going to be that's a bit worrisome that they're already attacking Clups Hill, but I think it'll be fine. I'm going to be Buford up here. Otherwise, I think most things are going to be alright. I'm actually move Kelp up here because I didn't notice that the other gent was already hanging out there. But other than that, most people are already in good positions, and let's watch the first volley over here at Clups Hill. Krasnowski takes aim and opens fire, and the volleys fly across. Dole's already broken from a hard day's worth of fighting, is retreating quickly. Sent packing quickly. Smith advances, but the cannons are already on the hill. Stannard holds this field right now, but it's more of a defensive position. I'm going to move him up to Culp's farm, it looks like. Culp's farmstead. Hard push from the north. The Confederates spotted in the west. It's Lane's and Davis's brigades, with Broken Burrow coming up to reinforce. Holding them there will be mightily important. Avery charges down from the north. Stannard need to move up there. And we hold superior defensive position for the town of Gettysburg. First quarter, I will relocate to Gettysburg to give the men heart. Let them know the general is unafraid to be present at the field of battle, even if the field happens to be inside the middle of a town. Very, very deadly, dangerous town. The battle has devolved into a ton of urban fighting, heavy cover, and prolonged gunfights. However, if we can keep them out of the town, they will surely break, as they don't have much cover out here. At least not as much as us, and sheer chance of numbers dictates that we will win. I'll just relocate Paul so that he's aiming forward. Order Gamble to hold in that position. So there's going to be a strong push down here. Baxter will move over this way, just to hold the edge. I don't think I have any men to spare for over there, even though we may need them. Cutler will move over here. Bucktail Brigade opens fire with another volley. The urban fight for Gettysburg has begun. Stannard takes a charge. Gonna order him to fall back quickly now. Von Gilsa will need to hold that line right there. I don't know what got into them, but the boys have been retreating rapidly. Large amount of men coming down from that area right there. Gonna move Smith to right here. Send several more cannons over here and have some vedettes up here. Stannard's taken heavy losses from the Louisiana Tigers. I'll have him fall back yet again, as I believe he's about to take another charge. We'll have him fall back to the town, unless his men feel braver than usual. His men hold just on the outside of town. From a line and firing. Hey, headphone alert, I gotta sneeze. Whew. Never mind. I'm gonna move Biddle in to get him engaged sooner rather than later. Let's see how it's coming down along here. Perrin advances. Skirmishers are holding him. Baxter is moving up to give Lane a nice surprise. Surprise of sudden gunfire from a woodline. Merry Christmas, Lane. Guess who? It's the Union Army! Knock knock. Gunfire. Gunfire erupts from the woodline down here, and the Confederates try and push hard. New brigade is spotted. Thomas's brigade is present. Hard pushes from the north, especially from the east. We need more cannons. Wheeler and Hall are going to be redeployed. Try and push some extra fire onto these men. While Standard holds Culp's farm just out of range of the Confederate troops. Fires a few harassing volleys, although I do believe that condition has been rather broken. These men are doing just fine. Move Devon skirmishers up to harass him, and the true battle is happening right about here, although we do have a rather large push here which threatens to outflank Gettysburg. But if we can hold here long enough, we'll break them into open fields. I'm going to advance von Gilsa up to meet Iverson. Actually, I'm going to advance him to Gordon. Hold hard, men. And Standard's men will fall back once yet again. And it looks like the cannons have finally made it into position. What is Standard under control of? Tell those men to hold hard there. Take heart, men. Take heart and take cover. Culp's Hill is being held well, and I'll move Krasnowski and Schmeffelneck to try and assault Benner's Hill, whilst under the protective gunfire of Heckman. Oi, Cannondilio. Hit him. Now that our cannons have been... targets have been redistributed, I'm gonna actually have Hall try and shoot Gordon. Von Gilsa! Von Gilsa, no! Von Gilsa breaks. We may yet be pushed back. I'm gonna move Cutler back over here. The lines over here are being held just well. Thomas takes casualties trying to cross the field, and this valley is the Valley of Death. It should so be called. This is how many men have died in there. Whew. Hold. Who arrives at the field? Reinforcements. I'll bring them about through Culp's Hill over Benner's Hill. Come on, boys, all you must do is hold just a while longer. If you give me a few more minutes, I will give you a few thousand more men. They come marching over the bridge. I'll let them march in for a little while. Schmeffelneck advances. Krasnowski advances. Standard holds. It opens fire, although desperately outnumbered. Have Reynolds fire almost nothing but canister. There's almost no use using anything else. I'll move Coaster over here to the east. Move him over here to meet von Gilsa. Schmeffelneck and O'Neill trade volleys in the wood line of Rock Creek. Krasnowski, get on, Carrington. Run. One good volley ought to finish him off. Hurry. Ooh. Zoned out all of a sudden. And I'm back. I believe Krasnowski will be perfectly capable of holding this hill on his own. Won't have him run too hard. And I'll have Schmeffelneck move up to flank this advance by the Louisiana Tigers and Avery at Culps. Although Smith will have to be engaged to break down there. I'll move Smith up to engage Smith, and Schmeffelneck will engage O'Neill. Smith will engage Smith. Although O'Neill is taking quite a beating, Schmeffelneck is also. Krasnowski, you can just run. Move him up into this wood line over on Hanover Road. See if we can't outflank them. Alright, this is Benner's Hill. This is the site of a really hectic battle sometimes. Smith will move up, and looks like we've got a pretty decent flank on these gents. Move von Gilsa up through Gettysburg to right about there. And I don't see much threat coming from this direction, so I'll move Biddle back here. The Confederates are making a large push here. Amble skirmishers see them, prepare and engage, and Lane charges as well. This push could be it. I'm going to move Paul down to outflank them if I can. Cooper will move right there. They move into the range. They move into the arc of fire of Baxter, and Baxter turns to engage. Firing yet another very destructive volley through the woods. It only took out 2 men. It must be. Brockenborough tries to charge across, but he is completely demolished. And here are our reinforcements. McDougal comes from the south, along with Ruger, and our only brigade commanded by a stripper. The Candy Brigade, along with Kane, who I'll send over here to help secure Benner's Hill, and Green. Come on, Green. Who will just kind of walk this way, because I'm sure there's something for him to do. Follow the road into Gettysburg, and there. I believe we have more cannons coming in. Almost completely forgot about all those reinforcements. Come on, boys, there's work to be done. Should be getting some cannons from down here. Or some horses. Horses, cannons. The corps itself. I'll move these guys up here. Move Schmeffelnig over here to help deal with this, and Smith will deal with Avery. Reynolds loads and fires canister directly into Pettigrew's face across the railway, and this railway is turned into one heck of a shootout. Is that a Confederate cannon set up on the railway? Hold there, Ames. And it has turned into all-out urban warfare as Confederates try to assault the whatever it's called, and we don't let them. That's my tactical analysis of the situation. They're trying to push through here, and they're not. But they're trying. Which counts for something. Somewhere. Move. Quickly. Whew, alright, Paul, you're supposed to shoot them. You feel free to run to position if you want to. Just halt. Just shoot them there. This will be a destructive volley when it comes in, and boy does it come. Stewart should be firing canister directly into Davis. No, but he fires a ball shot over at Lane. Alright. Whatever boats your float. And I'll move Paul up here on McPherson's to try and get into that wood line and disrupt them some. No major pushes over here. The Cutler looks like he might have been pushed back. I'll move Bucktail Brigade up into Lutheran Seminary again. Have Gamble skirmishers harass whoever that is. And so far though, most of this entire battle is centered around right here. Where these men must simply just hold. There is no short and other way about it. I'm going to have them open fire on Louisiana Tigers, although doubt it will be to much effect, as they've been rather wrecked by the battle so far. The Confederates are trying to push through, but just don't think they have the manpower to do so. I'm going to set Reynolds for the first time back to picking his own targets. Gonna move Cutler over here into the middle of Lutheran Seminary so that he can reinforce either side quickly. And Paul is pushed back by Davis, and the Confederates make another push in the south. Lane advances on it, but he will be cut down as normal, I assume. Although Baxter's slowly being whittled away. We've seen how 200 men can hold off a whole almost 1,000. Get into a large shootout. I'm going to have Paul move to engage Davis. Move the Iron Brigade south. It's a good thing I moved reinforcements there, as Krasnowski's being pushed back. Dougal will all be ordered to form ranks. Schmeffelnegg I'll pull back to the hill. Krasnowski will hold. No. Stop. Actually, yeah, that'll be fine. You men move there. You men actually move this way. Oh, it's a blue tide. Like, you know, most tides are blue, since, you know, water and such. But I'll move Kane over this way. Krasnowski just has to hold this hill. And if we can, we'll try and find some men to spare to try and take Oak Ridge, because if we can do that, we can push the Confederates back hard. Although we've mostly held them right here. And our main objective has been to hold them. And with these new, fresh divisions, I believe we can mount a successful charge into the enemy if we need be. I'm going to order them to charge that cannon, actually. Just get straight in there, boys. Rip them to pieces. Krasnowski's going to advance to that wood line. Schmeffelnegg is just going to hang out here on Culp's Hill until he can take more heart. I'll have Green advance onto Culp's farm, along with Smith and Ruger. Eventually. McDougal will provide the fire support, suppression, and general goodness. Kane ripped those cannons to pieces, and now they're going to hold Benner's Hill from the east. So it's been a rather intense fight for Culps right here. Gonna move Von Gilsa up. And Stannard as well. And our cannons are still working as hard as ever. Pumping shot after shot into them. Confederates are trying to push hard, but I don't think they have much left in them. They just don't have it left in them to make a hard push. I don't want to make any assumptions, but with only 10 seconds left, I believe we may have won this battle. The Confederates managed to hold Oak Ridge, but they need a victory soon. If they can't manage to push us out of someplace, we will just completely crush them. Anyway, we only lost 1,900 men here, but the Confederates on the other hand lost 4,100, and this battle has been a horrible failure for them so far. Our most losses have been sustained by the Confederates. I mean, the first, 7 guys are Confederates, and then Paul's only lost 200. Whereas most kills have been by us. Let's just see what's next. We could defend Seminary, but... I think I'll launch a counterattack on them. I think that would be the best way to push them back, because if we can push them back, we can then engage them here north of the town, where it's defending Seminary Ridge. Although our men are very tired from fighting. Well, the enemy is mostly broken, while we do have a few units which are rather fresh and new to the fight. I believe if we move those units quickly, we can seize the initiative and swing this from a Confederate attack into a Union counterattack. Take these ridges and drive the Confederates back from Hares and Oak Ridge back to here. So I'm going to go ahead and launch a counterattack. Alright, so we'll push hard on Oak Ridge with these men. These men will swing up to the north and try and push hard there. Although the Confederates should get reinforcements from the south. We outnumber them, and we will continue to outnumber them throughout the day. Go ahead and pause it and take a look. Move these men up on McPherson's as quickly as possible. The true push will come here when we push north Gettysburg. Krasnowski, Smith, Schmethelnig will move here. Heckman and Hall will need to move up. And I want a large concentration of cannons right here on Lutheran and whatever that place is called. When Gilsa, I'll also move up to Lutheran, but I don't believe many of these men will be in good shape to fight like that. And there is a mild Confederate attack coming from this direction, so I'll set up some men to delay that advance. Anyway, I'm not going to make this into a giant battle like that, so I'll just go ahead and cut the recording here, and I will see you all next time. As always, I've been Tomato. Thank you for watching.